I am Dr. W. B. Gunole from Kamlanidhi Mahavidyalaya, Nagpur. Today we are going to discuss the inductive effect. What is meant by inductive effect and what are the types of inductive effect, plus I and minus I effect, and what are the examples of these because of that electron withdrawing group, electron releasing groups, both these groups we are going to discuss, and also examples, and what are the characteristics of inductive effect and what are the applications of inductive effect. All these parts we are going to discuss in today's presentation. So today's topic is inductive effect. Now here we are going to see the what is inductive effect. So as we know, whenever electron withdrawing atom like chlorine or NO2 is attached to the end of the carbon chain, then the sigma electron, that is CCl bond, are attracted or displaced towards the more electronegative chlorine atom or electronegative atom, and because of this displacement, electronegative atom acquires small negative charge, and here carbon 1 acquires small positive charge. So because of this electronegative element, as shown here in the slide, here is the Cl, electronegative chlorine atom, and this is carbon 1, this is carbon 2, carbon 3, carbon 4. As we know, because of this here the electron pair, this is attracted toward the chlorine atom and therefore more toward the chlorine atom, and therefore this Cl have slightly negatively charged and this is C1 is positively charged, and this effect is passes from one carbon to second to third and fourth. So this is having a slightly greater charge, and this carbon 2 have less electropositive as compared to C1. So small positive charge on the carbon 1 attract the sigma electron of C1 and C2 bond towards itself, and as a result C2 will acquire small positive charge, but this charge will be smaller as compared to the carbon 1. And after this now, in the similar way, carbon 3 will also acquire small positive charge that will still smaller and then on the carbon 2. This effect can still transmitted further to carbon 4, carbon 5 like that, but the intensity goes on decreasing with the distance. This type of sigma electron displacement along the saturated chain of atom due to the presence of polar covalent bond in it is known as the inductive effect. So this is the inductive effect, this type of displacement of sigma electron from one carbon to other, shown here in this slide. And the inductive effect is most powerful only at the carbon to which the heteroatoms is connected directly, and it quickly as distance of the carbon from the heteroatom increases and it is decreases. In fact, inductive effect is almost negligible beyond carbon number 2 or beyond the 2 carbon atoms as from the heteroatom. And so this is the displacement of sigma electron, and depending upon the group present in the carbon chain, whether it is electron donating or electron releasing, we are discussing here the types of inductive effect now. So this is known as inductive effect, and after this now there are two types of inductive effect. This is shown here that inductive is most powerful and almost negligible after the carbon 2 atoms as compared to the heteroatom. And next is the types of inductive effect, and there are two types of inductive effect. First is the minus I effect, second is the plus I effect. So what is the minus I effect? And we can say that if the heteroatom attached to the end of the carbon chain is more electronegative than carbon, or if the substituent attached to the end of the carbon chain is electron withdrawing or electron attracting, in that case inductive effect is known as minus I effect. So it is due to the more electronegative element or due to the electron withdrawing groups or atom present in the chain. For example, here is given. This is the X halogen, and which is more electronegative than this carbon, and therefore this electron pair is attracted by the halogen atom. So here we have taken halogen. In place of halogen also we can take NO2 group. NO2 group is an electron withdrawing group or substituent. So this NO2 is an electron withdrawing substituent. So this is negatively charged and this is positively charged, and this is as distance decreases, as the distance increases, this positive charge on this decreases. So depending upon the up to carbon 2 there is an effect, after carbon 2 negligible effect is there of this electronegative here. So this is NO2 is an electron withdrawing substituent. And as we know, in case of this, as the extent of minus I effect depends upon the electronegativity of the heteroatom. So that is the heteroatom, how much it is electronegative, or depend upon the substituent. Greater the electronegativity, stronger is the minus I effect. So as we know that stronger the electronegative element is present, then greater is the electronegativity, stronger is the minus I effect. So it depends upon minus I effect depend upon the electronegativity of the heteroatom. The decreasing the order of the minus I effect of some common, here order is given, some examples are being shown here, and related to the hydrogen atom is shown here. So this is the order shown, different groups are here. So see the order of this group. In this case R is the alkyl group and Ar is the aryl group. So this is the order in a decreasing order. And now so this is the one when electronegative group is present in the carbon chain or electron withdrawing substituent groups are present, then they show minus I effect. And the next second one is the plus I effect. And in case of plus I, positive inductive effect, if the heteroatom attached to the end of the carbon chain is less electronegative than the carbon, or we can say that if the substituent attached to the end of the carbon chain is electron donating or electron releasing, in that case the inductive effect is known as plus I effect. Example is shown here, and as we know, the electron donating groups are groups with formal negative charge, and atom of low electronegativity like lithium, silicon, magnesium and alkyl groups are there, and depending upon this group or atom present in the carbon chain, shown here some example: oxygen, lithium, silicon, magnesium, alkyl group. So depending upon this is the atom with formal negative charge, this is formal negative charge, but this is a less electron here than carbon, and therefore this electron pair, this is negatively charged here, and electron is attracted toward this. These are the groups which are releasing the electrons. So these are known as electron and electronegativity. This, for example, here lithium is a less electronegative than carbon, and therefore this is the lithium is a electron releasing group atom. Similarly, silicon is a less electronegative than carbon. Magnesium is also a less electronegative than carbon. Alkyl group is a electron donating groups. So when electron donating group or less electronegative atom is present in the carbon chain, then they show the displacement of electron, and this effect is known as plus I effect. So there are two types, minus I effect and plus I effect. And as we know that most important example of the group having electron donating inductive effect, that is plus I effect, is the alkyl group. The magnitude of plus I effect depends upon the nature of the alkyl group. The more highly substituted alkyl group, in that case the greater is the ability to donate electron, and hence stronger is the plus I effect. The decreasing order of plus I effect of some alkyl groups relative to the hydrogen when attached to the saturated carbon atom or chain is here we can give an example, that is tertiary butene. Have one the 3-methyl group attached to the carbon. So tertiary butyl group, which is having greater plus I effect as compared to isopropyl group attached to the carbon, or which is having greater plus I effect as compared to N-propyl. So tertiary butyl having greater plus I effect, then isopropyl, then N-propyl, then only the ethyl group, and then methyl, and then hydrogen, like that. So this is the order that show the plus I effect. So this is the decreasing order of plus I effect. This order can be explained, that is that in that case plus I effect can be easily explained on the basis of hyperconjugation, and hyperconjugation we are discussing in the next part. So plus I effect of some other atoms and groups also included and show this type of behavior, that is decreasing order. So there are so these are the two, minus I effect and plus I effect. So there are two types of inductive effect. And now there are some characteristics of this inductive effect, and here is shown some characteristics that inductive effect involves only the displacement of sigma electron and take place in polar single covalent bond. When there is a single polar covalent bond is there, and in that case this inductive effect is involved. Second is the inductive effect is a permanent effect and cannot be reversed. So this inductive effect is a permanent effect and it cannot be reversed. That is, once the ions are formed, they cannot come reverse and forming this type of original molecules. So this is permanent. Third characteristic is that inductive effect decreases progressively as the distance between the carbon atom and the electron withdrawing atom or group increases, and displaced electron do not have their orbital. In case of displaced electron, do not leave their orbital, instead only little distortion of the orbital occurs, which causes polarization as shown in the figure. So when there is a displacement, so here is the symmetrical sigma orbital non-polar carbon-carbon bond, and here is a distorted sigma orbital polar carbon Cl bond. So this is carbon-carbon bond, but here slightly here see the shape of this CCl bond. So they are not displaced here, but now electron donating atom or group shows here, and polarization is shown, polarization of Cl. So here CCl bond show polarization in the second figure, it is shown. And one more is that depending upon the electron donating and electron withdrawing ability of the different atoms or group causes the polarization of the covalent bond to the different extent. So depending upon the whether which group is present, and depending upon that polarization of covalent bond is different and in different groups. So these are some characteristics of this inductive effect, and in the next part we are going to see what are the applications of this inductive effect. So here first part is that stability of the reactive intermediate can be decided on the basis of inductive effect, and so the relative stability of this free radical carbocation carbanion can be explained on the basis of this inductive effect, as we know. And second part is that polarity of the covalent bond and dipole moment of organic compound can also be known from this, and in this case inductive effect causes polarization of the covalent bond between the dissimilar atoms. Due to this charge separation, each covalent bond has definite dipole moment. The magnitude of this dipole moment depends upon two factors. One is the electronegativity difference, second is the orientation of the polar covalent bond. So that is electronegativity difference. First part is very important, and greater the electronegativity difference between the two atoms forming the covalent bond, more polar is the covalent bond, hence greater is the dipole moment of the organic compound. And for this case we can take one example, that is the dipole moment of compounds increases as the electron negativity difference between the carbon and heteroatom increases. So here we can take example that CH3CH, that is ethane, have 0 dipole moment and electronegative difference is also 0. In case of methylamine, dipole moment is 1.32 and electronegativity difference is in the range of 3 to 2.5. In case of methyl alcohol, CH3OH, having the dipole moment 1.71 dBi, 3.5 to 2.5 is the electronegativity difference is 1, and CH3 fluorine, that is CH3 fluorine attached to CH3 having dipole moment and having 1.82 dipole moment, electronegativity difference is 1.5. So depending upon the electronegativity difference, in case of methylamine, in case of ethane, 0 difference, in case of methylamine 0.5, in case of methyl alcohol 1, and in case of methyl fluoride having 1.5. So as the electronegativity difference increases, the dipole moment of the compound also increases. So as the dipole moment in the compound increases, electronegativity difference increases. So we can say that dipole moment also depend upon the electronegativity difference. So we can say that the electronegativity difference between the carbon and hydrogen is very small. Alkane have very small dipole moment, so small that they are difficult to measure. For example, dipole moment of propane is a 0.083 dBi, while that of isobutane is 0.132. So in this way, so electronegativity difference is affecting, showing the effect on the this dipole moment and on the inductive effect. So second is that orientation of the polar covalent bond, and in case if molecule has 2 or more covalent bond, that is here is shown, this is electronegativity difference, and second is the orientation of the polar covalent bond. If molecule has 2 or more covalent bond, the actual dipole moment of the molecule depends upon their orientation in the space. In other words, the actual dipole moment of the molecule is vector sum of all the individual bond moment. For example, dipole moment of methylene chloride CH2Cl2 is shown, and chloroform CaCl3 and carbon tetrachloride CCl4 is shown here, that is 1.62, 1.01 and 0 is shown in this slide here. So here see the orientation, and here this is the compound having CH2Cl2 methylene dichloride and 1.62 dBi is there. So there see the movement of these bonds here, these are having direction, these are having this type of, and by vector addition, and here this is having this is the CHCl3 chloroform having the value of dipole 1.01, and here is a this is carbon tetrachloride having net resultant is 0. So whatever the by movement is here, and here the half of this is cancelled by other half. So in case of CCl4, the dipole moment value is 0. And so this is one example is shown here. In case of CCl4, there are 4 polar CCl bond, and due to its tetrahedral shape, the resultant dipole moment of any 2 adjacent CCl bond is cancelled by an equal and opposite resultant of remaining 2 CCl bond, and because of this the net dipole moment of carbon tetrachloride is 0. While in case of the CH2Cl2, that is methylene dichloride, the resultant of the 2 CH dipole reinforces the resultant of the CCl dipoles, and hence the molecule has net dipole moment of 1.62 dBi. In case of chloroform CaCl3, the resultant of the small CH dipole and one large CCl dipole opposes the resultant of the remaining 2 CCl dipoles, and because of this dipole moment of chloroform is lower, that is 1.01 dBi, than the methylene chloride having 1.62 dBi. So this is one example is shown, and their moment is also shown. We can also take another example, that dipole moment of orthometa dichlorobenzene, which is shown in the slide. In para dichlorobenzene, the 2 carbon Cl dipoles being equal in magnitude and opposite in direction cancel out each other, and as a result dipole moment is 0, which is shown here, 0 dipole moment. So whatever the moment is here of the this carbon CCl is cancelled by other opposite CCl. So net dipole moment is 0 dBi in case of para, but in case of ortho and meta dichlorobenzene, the angle between the two dipoles are 60 degree and 120 degree. According to the parallelogram law of vector, the magnitude of resultant vector increases as the angle decreases, and therefore dipole moment of orthodichlorobenzene is 1.18, is higher than the meta-dichlorobenzene having 1.72 dBi. So in case of orthodichlorobenzene it is 2.50 dBi, and in case of meta they have 1.72 dBi. So this is the example that what is the ortho meta para here dichlorobenzene. This is another example, and in the next part, that is what is the relative strength of carboxylic acid can be decided on the basis of which group is present, electron withdrawing group or electron donating group. So carboxylic acid exists in an equilibrium with the carboxylate ion and the hydronium ion. As we know, RCOOH react with the water forming RCOO minus and H2O plus. So these two ions are forming, and dissociation or constant or acidity constant Ka equals to concentration of product upon concentration of reactant. We can write, so pKa equal to minus log Ka. As we know that dissociation constant Ka is directly proportional to the concentration. Therefore, higher the value of Ka, lower the value of pKa, stronger is the acid. So for the strong acid, the value of higher the value of Ka and lower the value of pKa. And here two important groups are there. One is the electron withdrawing group, and it disperses the negative charge by withdrawing electron, stabilize the carboxylate ion and increase the acid strength. When electron donating group are present, it intensifies the negative charge by donating the electron, destabilize the carboxylate ion and decreases the acid strength. So when these which group are present, depending upon that whether they increase or decrease, that is electron withdrawing group increases the acid strength, electron donating group decreases the acid strength. We can say that in short it may be stated that electron withdrawing group increases the acidity while electron donating group decreases the acidity of carboxylic acid. And now effect of various substituent on the acidity of carboxylic acid are also there, depending upon the group which present. For example here, that is a effect of electron donating substituent alkyl groups, and compare this. In this case we can now compare the relative strength of formic acid and the acetic acid. As we know, formic acid have the formula SCOH, acetic acid have the formula CSCCOOH. In case of formic acid, pKa value is 3.75. In case of acetic acid, pKa is 4.76. Methyl group present in the acetic acid, due to its plus I effect, plus inductive effect, increases the electron density in the OH bond, and because of this result, release of H plus ion from acetic acid will be more difficult as compared to the formic acid. Therefore, we can say that formic acid is a stronger acid than acetic acid. So this is the, because they are showing plus I effect. And in this case, methyl group, because of plus I effect, intensify the negative charge on acetate ion and therefore destabilizes its relative to the formate ion. Therefore, formic acid is a stronger acid as compared to the acetic acid. So these are the two groups, that is methyl group present here, and because of that formic acid is stronger and acetic acid is a weak acid. Second effect is the effect of electron withdrawing group, and in this case we can also compare the relative acid strength of acetic acid and chloroacetic acid. Here is one example is taken, acid strength of acetic acid and chloroacetic acid, that is a CaCOH acetic acid and ClCH2COH chloroacetic acid. The chlorine atom present in the chloroacetic acid, because of its minus I effect, withdraw electrons from the OH bond, and because of this electron density in the OH bond decreases. In other words, we can say that OH bond weaken and release of H plus ion from chloroacetic acid is facilitated relative to the acetic acid, and therefore we can say that chloroacetic acid is a stronger acid as compared to the acetic acid, because in case of acetic acid, methyl group donate electron and destabilize the acetate ion. In case of chloroacetic acid, Cl atom withdraw electron and stabilize the chloroacetic ion. So this is the example of this comparative relative strength of carboxylic acid. So today we have discussed the different aspect about the inductive effect, what is inductive effect, what are the types of inductive effect, and different examples of inductive effect. In this part we have discussed their characteristics and some applications of this inductive effect.